This example that you gave about cleaning the apartment, there's so many ways to read that. You can read it in 100 different ways, right?
Can you?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is kind of a neutral incident, and you can project on it all sorts of stories.
But that's the real story.
That's your story. It's not out in reality.
She told me when we went out to the dinner, she had been looking at places already, like, yeah. So it's like a weird.
Weird, but it sounds like you're in touch with the fact that it hurts.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me think about it more like, this is something you really want to do, like, you know? When we first started dating, we were out to dinner, and I remember she told me, like, what expectations she had for the person that she was with. And for whatever reason, that always resonated with me. Like, that's what I've spent these years trying to do to make sure, like...
that you meet that
expectation. And, like, she doesn't give a shit about that.
You're finding yourself resentful because it seems like you're never meeting it. You're always somehow, there's some way that you're falling short.
Yeah. I don't think she's ever stopped the thought, like, this person's trying to make my life better.
Yeah.
Haven't I always made sure you were on top of stuff? Made sure you had insurance so you could take care of things?
Yes.
I wouldn't say that. I never thought that you were trying to, like...
Well, you make me feel like that.
You really feel like that?
Of course I feel like that. That's what I'm telling you.
I never knew that, Alan. Like, you've never expressed that, like, that you felt like
Because
that.
it's like, I just don't want to make a thing about anything. Like, my approach is
Right,
different. Like, I just, like, tuck it away. Like, I don't say anything.
The business of tucking things away doesn't really work to sustain a real marriage.
But I think the way I've been handling it is that, like, I go into this disbelief that and I resent her for it, like, and I just don't.
Right,
Yeah.
but then you grow increasingly miserable and resentful, not feeling good about yourself and resentful that your efforts are not recognized. And I assume that some of these behaviors just slip away and you start acting shady. They're almost like passive-aggressive ways of getting back at Evelyn for making you feel bad. Maybe even I'm gonna punish Evelyn unconsciously.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe it might be tied into that. Like, it's almost just kind of like a, forget you kind of thing. Like, I'm doing
you
my
make
own
me feel
thing.
bad. I'm just
so I don't care about you or your feelings. Or maybe, sure.
By operating this way, you weaken the relationship.
Yeah.
So you weaken it, and then it's harder to trust it.
You know, part of the blueprint that my parents gave me was to marry a good religious Jewish guy. And I met this person. And if I hadn't done that, if they hadn't like instilled that in me, who knows if I didn't have ended up being married to him at such a young age and had kids and you know, like live like a good Jewish life. And I'm thankful for those things, but I don't really feel like I'm a good judge of what's a good thought, what's like a good foundational brick and what isn't.
Meaning you have to take it wholesale.
Yeah, I'm like thinking
otherwise
about
everything could fall apart. If you start challenging the blueprint that your parents handed down, you might suddenly be left with no coordinates as to how to live.
Like, what if I stopped being anxious about
develop a fantasy? What would happen? Let's say you unplugged from worry, what's the fear, or what's the scenario that comes to mind?
I feel like maybe like it's like the first thought that popped into my mind is that 90% of the things I do, I wouldn't do any longer.
Fascinating. Okay. What would you do?
I always kind of wanted to travel, go someplace in the world that's like a third world country, and kind of just like live off the land and sleep in tents and stuff like that. I wanted to do that when I was younger, and my mom kind of just like beat that out of me. Right, that was not going to happen.
How did she beat it out of you?
Just said it's like unrealistic, and I should get married, and I should go to school, and all the things that you're supposed to do, and that it's dangerous. A lot of dangers in the world, so I never did that.
So that might come back if you unplug from anxiety.
Right, but I would never do that because I would miss my kids too much.
Take them.
And him too, but
Take them.
I would miss my kids a lot.
Take them. Take them with you.
Yeah, but it's just too scary.
You know what they have in
Can't
New
go to
York?
Texas because of scorpions.
They have so much congestion that people die every year in traffic accidents.
You can't go to any of these places. These places are just too scary to go to.
Like New York.
He asked me today if I was, he said that everybody subconsciously has this desire to be immortal. And I said, I don't have a desire to be immortal at all. Like, I don't even really enjoy my life. I just want to make sure that before I die that my kids are okay. That's all I care about.
It's sad what you're saying.
I don't think of it as sad. I think people are like too over enamored with themselves and their enjoyment of their own lives. I don't think that's sad at all.
There's like some truth in what you're saying and some like very sad.
I mean, I
falsehoods in what
probably
you're
should
saying.
enjoy my life a little bit more, but I don't know. I'm not really like jealous of those people.
You're too anxious to consider your life enjoyable. And
Maybe.
it sounds like maybe you're hoping for something for your kids.
Yeah, I do. I was thinking about that today, about Bati.
But we're
I
hearing
just want her to have a good life.
remnants of this blueprint that
Yeah,
your
it sounds like
mother
a similar dynamic
passed.
from your mother.
Right?
I know.
Like,
I feel almost comical saying it because it's like so obvious.
right.
That is part of the blueprint.
Yeah.
is to never actually enjoy your life.
Right.
Because the next one will.
It's too hard. Maybe
Right.
the next generation will.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out with you.
I know.
Can I ask, Michael, how do you think your couple's life and your family life would change if Michal was less anxious?
I wouldn't even know.
Try to imagine.
I mean, the immediate thing that comes into mind is that I would have to do more things. That doesn't bother me. Mm-hmm. I'd be fine with that. Mm-hmm. Like, the anxiety rolls off of me like water off a duck's back. But she can't not get there. Like, that's how it feels.
Well, it's also because a part of me doesn't rely on him. Like, for example, did you schedule your teeth whitening yet? No.
Yes.
I know he's... Really? You didn't?
A while ago.
It's like... Okay, well, that was embarrassing.
But how did that become the subject right now?
We had a fight over that one.
But we're now imagining a world in which you're not anxious.
But he's proved himself to be untrustworthy when it
I
comes to doing
literally
things.
Let
just
go.
proved myself to
Let
be
go.
trustworthy when it comes to doing things.
You're not even doing a thought experiment.
That's not true. You didn't fix the tub.
You're not even doing a thought
okay,
experiment.
Okay.
This
What?
is extraordinary.
What?
We're in a thought experiment.
How? Okay.
Imagine a world.
I imagine...
in a world
So,
where you have no anxiety.
so one thing you're thinking is you would do more.
Right, I
You'd
would
have
be
to
doing
do
more.
What else would? How else would things
Okay,
change?
well,
Not
how would
only
my
Michal,
life
both
He
change?
of
doesn't
your
think about
lives.
his life. He only thinks about me.
Right, how would my life change?
Do you realize that when a lot of the time when you ask him questions, he discusses how I would feel,
Absolutely.
how I would be.
Right.
You think that he does that because I'm so anxious? Like he worries about how I'll
Partially,
feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Like, when I consider anything that we are doing or
Right.
that I'm doing, I have to think, how is this going to make Michal feel? Like, for example, I told you about something that happened at work today, right? And before anything happens, I said, this is something that I will have to reckon with Michal in some way.
Right.
It'll be a conversation or a decision to avoid a conversation or a way to tactfully present this.
So you have to spend a lot of energy managing Michal's anxiety. But what if your anxiety
Yeah.
wasn't the ruling factor?
I don't know if he's doing that because of my anxiety. I think he's doing that just because he really loves me. He really just wants me to be happy.
That's exactly what you said about your mother.
We had a fight this weekend.
Tell me.
She was going to meet up with our gay boys. And then she's getting ready, and I had not done like the laundry because I was taking care of the kids. And then she was like, "You didn't do the laundry? I have no
'Cause
underwear."
then I would have
Right?
been able to do
No.
it.
You would have been
but I
able to do
would've-
it when?
Well,
Because you were out the whole day
Yeah, but I
Saturday.
could have put it to wash in the morning, and then by the time it's, getting ready to go,
Babe, you noticed the piles of sorted laundry to be done, right?
Yeah, but that's what you do.
Yeah.
But it's a little off what you're describing.
I knew I was just being a jerk saying all that stuff about the laundry.
But you're still saying it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So what's going on? I mean, I'm surprised.
I feel
You're
like
going out and having fun for the whole day,
And then
you're
come
complaining
back
that your
and-
laundry's not done for you. So how's that for you?
Well, I'm not a housekeeper. Like, I'm not there to just clean, wash clothes, and take care of the kids, you know?
Right.
These
You
kids
could
are
have said
driving.
no, and I would have came home.
Wait, keep talking.
You know, in my mind, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I felt like it was a tantrum. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
But
I
how
wanted to
are
wear
you
this.
feeling to be in that position?
Like, I was upset that she even reacted like that.
But try to describe the feelings. Try to find your feelings
Yeah.
there.
That's what I'm trying.
Can I
I'm
ask
trying to-
you? I'll
yeah.
give you like a menu of,
Yeah.
of possible feelings and choose whichever one. Did you feel disappointed? Did you feel abandoned? Did you feel taken advantage of? Did you feel furious? Did you feel humiliated?
If I had to choose one, it'd be like disappointed.
And if you had to choose three?
Disappointed, abandoned, and sad. You know?
Those are like the feelings you have towards mommy.
No.
What do you mean?
She's saying that those are like the feelings that I have
feels
towards
that
my
way
mom.
too.
No.
Yeah.
I have a lot of resentment towards my mother.
Yeah, why? Because she
For-
abandoned you.
Not abandoned,
Because
she
she
Keep going,
neglected.
Sin. Wait, she abandoned and
She abandoned her. She would leave her and her sister and her brother, and she would go do her own thing, and she would go party.
Well, we lived like in an apartment building, so like random people would have parties on the weekends and drink, do drugs, whatever. Sometimes they had the party at our apartment, but then my sister and I would lock ourselves in our room. I remember one time, it was when we first came here, I had issues and I would wet my bed. And then I had like a thick ass comforter and I had wet my bed and she made me wash everything by hand in the bathtub. And I was probably like, you know, like Somalian skinny? Like you see those commercials like that. There were washing machines in the hallway of our floor. But because I
so
wet the bed.
rather than take care of whatever was upsetting you and causing you to wet your bed,
Yeah. She
made
made
you work.
yeah. So
Do
you
the
know,
laundry, by the way.
by hand.
Do the laundry. I'm just thinking about the beginning of the session.
Laundry, yeah.
So you're describing a pattern of a lot of really intense compliance and ignoring very bad things that are happening.
So you asked her if she's being compliant, and is that like in relation to how I'm acting?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I say I remember, I described my what she now calls tantrums as being a monster. And I've said that to her.
That's how you end up feeling
Yeah.
because
I treat her like shit, and I feel really
right,
bad.
and you feel really bad.
And
but
then
there's
she doesn't
something-
say anything.
Right, but there's something that's getting very powerfully played out between the two of you that you keep taking it upon yourself like it's all generated from you, but some of it is coming from you.
That, like, nurturing, like, I'm almost mothering her.
Or
In
do
a
you feel
sense-
like she's like, you're enabling me? Is that like
That's a
really?
great word, yeah.
Well, I'm enabling her behavior.
Yes, in a way, it's in some kind of, in a way, beautiful way, but very not good for the two of you. Each of you are enacting parts of your childhoods with each other. Because you're back in the situation where whatever warning signs you're sending, the other person is not
receiving
picking
it.
up on. You're back in the situation where someone's treating you badly and you're just compliant. You're really nicely fitting each other to reenact what's been very painful for you in the past. You
I'm trying
have
to break
to
it.
break out of that mold.
We've been bickering a little bit.
How does the bickering go?
I mean, I get like,
It sounds like you're saying something, Josh.
Oh, I don't bicker. I'm not a bickerer. I can't believe I'm using this word. We never use this word, bickering.
okay, I'm gonna use an example. I like to go to bed with the kitchen completely clean. I don't like dishes in the sink. I like,
To wake up in the morning.
I wanna
and
wake
have
up
it
in the
be
morning and
clean.
have it be clean. And this morning there were dishes in the sink and I yell about, why are the dishes here? And we have to clean this up. And I have told you I don't want the dishes in the sink. And then Josh will say, okay, well, I'll take care of it. But that to me is still not like every single time it happens, I don't want to hear, I'll take care of it. I don't want it to happen.
Can I just ask you what your thoughts are on this?
When she gets upset about the fact that I didn't do them last night, I think, yeah, but I did them the night before and the night before that and for the last 20 years. I've been doing the dishes. So, yeah, what I want to say is like, lay off.
But what you then say is,
Honey, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of that.
I'll
okay?
take care of it.
I'll do that. But then I think to myself, like, this is about something else.
I would love if he would stop me in that moment and say, honey, it seems like something else is going on. Do you want to talk about it? Because that right there makes me feel like he's interested in me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it made me think that you're identified with the dishes, that you feel neglected. The dishes are like you.
Yeah. Yeah, I
That
don't.
you're like, look at me, I've been sitting here waiting and nobody's paying any attention. But is it possible that it's not that you're not seen or even valued, but there's some kind of negotiation about who has the say about when and what?
Meaning that, like, I want things to go in my time, on my timing.
That you want things on your timing, and Josh, in a way, by not doing it, is saying, I don't want to do it according to your schedule. I've got my own schedule. But you're
I wish he
kind
would
of
say that.
forgetting
I wish
it's
he would say that
register.
to me.
Well, he's saying it by inaction. It is a form of saying.
See, but to me, that's like a cowardly way of saying it. Like, why can't you just say it?
What would happen if I
I
said,
don't know,
I
like-
don't want to do it on your time frame?
Okay. I'd think to myself, you can't get pissed about this. He said it to you. That's how I would feel.
What are you thinking? Do you believe that?
No, I don't believe it. Like,
But
I
how
hear
can
her.
you believe something that you've never tried? This is what's so frustrating.
Okay, but I want
You've
to say
never
something.
tried it, so how do you know?
Molly, I want to say something. Just so you know, generally I'm a verbal person and I like people talking and saying what they want to say. But there is some legitimacy to talking via action. And in a way, by asking Josh to say it to you in your language, it's kind of a repeat of the same dynamic, which is your time frame, your language.
I understand.
there are different ways that people communicate, and sometimes, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but sometimes the nonverbal is pretty useful.
I know that I have like a very strong, persistent voice,
Yeah.
but she makes her opinion known when she's upset. Like, there was an incident a few years back. We went over to some friend's house, and they were having it wasn't a christening.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, it was a christening.
And at this event, India and another girl got into, I forgot what the
We
discussion
all
was.
were in a discussion.
Well, yeah, we all were in a discussion.
But this
And then
particular girl.
This particular girl.
She said something that was offensive. She said, we were talking race relations in America. And long story short, what offset me was she said that I'm very privileged. And so, you know, those are fighting words, like, B, you don't know me. Like,
What was the idea that you're very privileged?
okay, so we were talking about
context
Sandra Bland, the death of Sandra Bland. And then I posed the question, well, why didn't someone bail her out? Or, you know, why didn't...
Or she didn't tap into her resources.
Right, why didn't she
And,
tap into her
yeah.
resources? Because she had a community around her.
And then she made the point to say, well...
It wasn't that easy. It might not have been that easy for
easy,
her.
yeah.
You're very privileged in saying that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought she was 100% wrong, but I immediately, I was immediately the bigger person. I apologize. He never lets me live it down. He always throws it in my face like I'm this angry person who, he says I got into a fight or argument with someone at a baby christening, when it's fine.
What is the issue?
For years, we would talk about the situation, and she would find every reason in the book as to why I wasn't on her side about it. And I was like, well, it's not about being on the side. It's like we're literally in a space where we came to bless an environment, and we're kind of disrupting that at this point.
His argument was to say that I was emotionally immature. That's what you always used to say. See,
Because
you're
you
so
were angry?
emotionally... Yeah, I got into an argument with someone else. I'm emotionally
What is
immature.
the issue with expressing anger?
I just thought that that time and place wasn't really the right time and place to do that. In a space where we just got together to bless.
We were in someone's home
but,
that we
they
are
just chose
always
to have it in their
in.
home.
This is when I interject and I say, I am a human being. That was a
But you're
human
also
moment.
it's really interesting because generally we're talking about how to stay engaged in a situation of disagreement.
Yes.
And part of what you need in order to stay engaged is you need to stay somewhat tuned into a certain internal engine that might have to do with anger, with strong feelings, with righteousness. And then the conversation that we're referring back to, I find it really interesting that it's based on a racially based murder of a woman.
Yeah.
So it seems to me that it has something to do with the legitimacy of a Black woman staying connected to her anger, which is a trigger for you.
Yeah. Every time he goes to that example, that is actually the place that I get to.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you still holding that to me as though I can't have a moment? It's so unfair. It's not fair.
All right, we run out of time, but do you, I would want to know if it's like culturally saturated, what we're talking about.
Pretty sure.
Maybe, yeah.
Pretty sure.
I mean, it would be good if we can work on that here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the two of you have a great time. That's conditioned on certain things being off the table. They shouldn't be processed.
It's not about putting it off the table. If Erica can't tell me how to make it better for her, then we're just talking about how upset you are. And in the process of that, we're just re-aggravating an old wound. And you're now upset and you're now angry and you're now in the same pattern that has pushed us apart.
I mean, what you're saying maybe helps make sense of something that I'm personally struggling with in terms of how to work with the two of you. I don't know if you know anything about my theoretical background.
We don't.
But I'm a psychoanalyst, right? So one of the ways that we work is a lot of introspection about what motivates us to behave certain ways, a lot of self-reflection. And I feel like when I'm trying to do that kind of work with the two of you, it doesn't really go. You in particular, you seem kind of like averse to that. You're saying you don't want to focus on what happened in the past. You want to look forward. What are the behaviors that will make things better? And there are therapeutic approaches that do that, but I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Have you both been in individual treatment?
I have.
Yeah. And you?
I've gone once or twice.
It might be a good idea for both of you.
Absolutely. I know that I definitely have stuff going on with me that so go ahead, Orna. I'm open to whatever internal reflection that you think I need to.
So let's, for a minute, talk about anger.
Okay.
I mean, Erica has put on the table a few reasons why she's angry.
You have every right to be angry. But when your anger is a big part of the problems that we have had in our relationship and in our communication, how is that helping us get better?
I think I'm more defensive than angry, Shauna, because I've always had to defend myself my whole life in my positions.
How so?
I've always been told like I'm not going to be something. Say I'm not going to amount to something. It's always been, oh, you know, you're a girl, you're a black girl, you have larger boobs, so you can't dance this way, or like whatever it was. There's always something. And so I made sure I positioned myself so that I did everything they said I could not accomplish. I would make them very much aware of that. I think I do stuff like that with you.
How do you do that with Sean?
He always says I try to prove a point, but I don't think it's I'm trying to prove a point. Is that I feel like that he's discounted me in some regard. Now I'm trying to make sure that you know what I actually bring to the table.
But I don't discount you.
But Erica is saying that I guess there's some interactions in which she feels
Erica feels attacked before
she feels like you discount her. Can you look inward and find any place in yourself where you sometimes feel, sometimes I feel dismissive?
Absolutely.
So
there are absolutely situations where we get into a conversation. I'm being not only attacked, being dismissed, and in a lot of ways just catching the wrath of whatever happened in her day.
She's talking about me being dismissed, not you.
So here's what's happening. I feel like you're defending yourself. But what are you defending yourself?
I'm not defending myself. I'm
not sure what's happening. Do you feel like I'm criticizing you?
No, I don't feel like you're criticizing me, but I'm saying I know why I behave the way I behave. Maybe for Erica, there's a lot more of that she needs to, understand about herself, because I see her anger more than anybody probably. So for me, I don't know how to address that. I don't know how to.
But I'm hoping to bring couples into less kind of blaming the other person and more kind of looking inward. Oh, what about me made me volunteer to behave in this way? What about me?
Yes.
Not what about them?
I'm super self-reflective. I always look at what I did before I look at what anybody else did.
It does not appear in your speech.
That's because we're here in a situation with my wife who won't listen to me, and I haven't been able to help Erica past her anger about what I did.
No, we're not talking about you helping Erica. We're talking about you learning something internally. That's
I've processed this internally, but what I'm dealing with in this dynamic that we have...
What have you processed, Sean? What have you processed internally, I guess?
I know why I did what I did, but I'm suffering with the fact that my wife is an angry person and that I'm typically her punching bag.
She's also mad at you.
She was an angry person before she was mad at me. That's the thing.
I want to be really direct with you. I don't know how to work with that.
Okay.
I can't find you. I find you doing that, and I can't find you. I can't connect with you. I can't find you. You're saying, Erica, Erica, Erica. There's nowhere in there that you're telling me something about yourself.
What can
And
I tell you about myself that has to do with my wife's anger?
You could say something like, I've had experience where people get mad at me, and I don't really understand why people are so mad at me. I need to understand something about the way I'm doing things that ends up with people being repeatedly mad at me.
I don't have a lot of issues with people being mad at me.
Okay.
It's not a common
You told me that
experience.
your ex-wife is not on speaking terms with you,
My ex-wife,
and you have a current wife, and there's plenty of love between the two of you, and she's mad at you. So there's something there that you might want to look at in yourself.
I don't really need a lot of insight in why Sean is the way Sean is. I understand myself very, very well.
So how can I be of help?
To you. She's asking to you, sir.
Okay. And for her to be a help to me, it would be for you to better understand your anger, why you're still so angry with me.
But I'm gonna stop you guys. I'm not the right therapist for you guys.
There is a core value difference sometimes between us.
What is it?
That I, by force, obviously, because I don't have family, like, this is my family. So this is my blood, sweat, and tears goes to what's most beneficial for us. And I don't think that's ever gonna be him. I feel like maybe we try to fight against it, but it's just your truth and it's my truth.
No, don't tell me what my truth is. You come first. You have been my partner for the past 6 years. I sleep in the bed with you. All of the opinions that I've ever heard, I'm still with you. So please, tell me, what else do I have to do? Or what do you need to see to recognize that you are of the highest priority for me?
But it's just not words, it's literally actions.
What do you need to see?
I mean, just to use one example is like, when we talk about his niece, Alicia, when I got home, the kitchen and our living room situation was immaculately clean. And I'm like, we've been here 2 months, but Alicia's coming, so it's gonna be clean. And I'm not like upset about it, but it just makes me feel less than.
This example that you gave about like cleaning the apartment, there's so many ways to read that. You can read it in 100 different ways, right?
Can you?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is kind of a neutral incident, and you can project on it all sorts of stories.
But that's the real story.
That's your story. It's not out in reality.
I don't know. Like, I can't.
So, for example, one way you can interpret it, as you chose to do, is, well, obviously his family will always be more important than me. And I don't have a family, so this is a painful gap, right? That's your overlay. There could be other ways to interpret it, right?
Okay.
There's so many people in the house, maybe it would create like a really great vibe for things to be sparkling clean. Or I didn't have that as a kid. I'm trying to give her an experience that I missed as a kid. Just write a story. There are many ways that you can interpret that. You're invested in this particular interpretation.
I hear that. But I also have references to support that story.
Your references are probably more projections of the thing that scares you.
I don't know. He said it multiple times in this room, like when we fight, like I've in the past insulted like
His family.
Yeah.
You bring it up. It's a source of great pain for
but
you.
I do that because if I insult us or if I insult myself or him, it's not gonna get a reaction. If I insult his family, it'll get the highest 3,000% reaction immediately.
So in a way, it's a way for you to prove your own theory.
Yeah,
That
and
you
for him,
matter
him
less.
to prove it.
Yeah, that you matter less.
Yeah. And it works every time, every single time.
You're stuck on a certain story that is preventing you from trusting.
Yeah.
So you could think about it differently.
I feel like the last week or two you've been kind of avoiding me.
I have.
There we go.
Okay, was that easy?
I mean, it's, you know.
Yeah, I have.
When you live in a 2-bedroom apartment in Manhattan and your wife disappears for a 3-hour dog walk, you know, for a few days consecutively, you know, there's definitely an issue. We've not addressed it until now.
So tell me how it affects you.
Well, it was upsetting, you know. My mum's in town from overseas, and I was conscientious of how I was behaving around my mum because I felt like Alison thought I was babysitting. You got upset with me, like, you know, making her a cup of tea and can't she do it herself and stuff like that. I can make my mum a cup of tea.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't.
The timing felt a bit curious that my mum's here and then she disappears for, you know, 3 hours, 2 days in a row, whatever the case was. And Alison keeps on telling me, communicate, communicate, talk, which is like a mantra. And yet she's, you know, done some disappearing acts the last week or so, so I'm not quite sure. Obviously, she's nodding her head, so there's something.
No, I'm just listening. I'm listening.
But you're not just listening, you're making notes.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you mean, absolutely?
No, absolutely, I'm making notes and I'm processing what he's
No,
saying.
but you're shaking your head, so you're, in your body language, you're conveying disapproval, despite trying to keep it in, so.
Sure.
Listen without voicing an opinion.
Okay.
But in Alison's absence, you're filling the blanks with the idea that there's a lot of judgment.
Yes. Yeah, I am, that's correct.
It sounds, even though you're not saying it, but correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like you were missing her being more involved?
Yeah, I was, that's correct. That's correct, yeah.
When you're noticing that you want her to be back in, what do?
I don't think I didn't do anything. When this happened this week, I just let her come back. I think I just went with it. I didn't want to kick up a stink, so I just let it be.
Right. Kicking up a stink is not a good idea.
Right.
But there might be other things you can do.
But you know what, Rod? It's your mother. It's not my mother. It's my mother-in-law. I would love to see her, but I don't have to hang out with her 24/7. This is an opportune time for me to have time for myself. And I gotta tell you something. I like it a lot. I didn't intentionally leave the house saying I'm taking hours. The weather was beautiful. I had the dog. I didn't need to be anywhere. You know, like there was not even a care like in my head to think, oh my God.
But it's interesting that when Alison is not filling the space, the first thing that comes to mind is you're being criticized or punished.
Yeah.
That's good for you to think about that and say, I wonder if that's really happening, or is that my automatic assumption?
Got you.
And then it sounds like you were also missing Alison. So ask yourself, how do you make something happen? Not by way of kicking up a stink, but by way of being inviting.
Right.
But you filled in the blank with a feeling of conflict. That something's not going well. So that makes me think that you might unconsciously be baiting Alison to come in, create conflict, create turmoil, so that you're not left with those feelings.
Interesting, okay.
So I think the more Alison leaves space open for you to come in, I want you to be observing of your own process.
Okay.
Like, what kind of interpretations are you making of this empty space? And then think, what do I want? And how do I make that happen? That's serious homework.
I guess that brings us back to when you say, like, you know, what is it I feel? What is it I want? Sometimes I just don't know or I'm not in tune, so, okay.
That's fine. Just wait, ask yourself, give yourself time, go for your own dog walk.